Oh, hello, my friends. Breaking news here at Raleigh's Roast. We have another episode with the increasingly famous and glorious and fabulous JoyBeth Taylor, and we're going to get into that right after this. And then we're supposed to like do something for him. Every time Nick does it, he goes da 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 da. It sucks every time, but we do it. You know, it's one of those things. Oh man, JoyBeth Taylor, you, my friend, up? I have always liked your vibe, and you have a very likable presence. From the first time that we met, I always thought, man, she's a cool person to be around. She's easy to be around. How does that feel?
Well, thank you. That's huge coming from you.
I don't really think. Means a lot. I think I have a pretty negative presence about me, so it's good to be. No. It's good to be around people who are awesome. Wait, so where did we first? Wait, hold on, really quick. I want to know where you're from. I don't know if I've ever learned this.
I'm from Pelham, Alabama, which is like 30 minutes south of Birmingham.
Okay, 30 minutes south of Birmingham, and you were born and raised there.
Yes, I moved to Nashville when I was 18, and then all through yeah.
How old are you now?
21.
When did you turn 21?
June 2nd. So my birthday's coming up, which I'm excited about.
June 2nd. I don't think we've ever had an alcohol and spirituous beverage yet together.
I don't think so either. Wow.
Normally because I'm sitting at home on my phone.
Well, I would say we have to change that, but we can't at the moment.
We can at the moment. I don't know if you guys at home know, but there's currently a worldwide pandemic going on right now.
If anyone doesn't know, now they do.
In case anyone didn't know. Well, okay, I brought you on here because I'm a big fan, but I don't know if you know this, but did you know that you were my very first co-write in Nashville?
Was I?
You were.
I did not know that.
You and Nicole Miller were my very first song I ever wrote with other people in Nashville.
Oh, that's freaking awesome.
The song we wrote was called "Would You Mind," and it's out right now.
So that means everybody should go check it out. That's watching.
Everyone should check it out. If they're watching this, they most likely are probably aware of me, but I want them to know you. That was the first time I ever written a song, and it was like one of my favorite songs that whole year. So first of all, thank you.
That was a fun ride. No, thank you. That was a fun ride.
That was so fun, and I'm a big fan of you and Nicole. Wait, so question, you grew up in Pelham, Alabama.
Yes.
And who did you like? And you're a singer-songwriter. You write. You're one of my favorite writers, but you sing as well. But who did you like listen to growing up?
I listened to a lot of different people. I listened to like Patsy Cline, Willie Nelson. My grandmother was really big in Diana Ross and the Supremes, and then my granddad loved the blues. So I was kind of all over the place.
But okay, well, why? Who was anybody in your family like musical?
My uncle played guitar, and he has a church, and so I did worship music with him. And my granddad always wanted me to play guitar and always sang. So I think everybody in my family kind of encouraged me to do music.
Interesting. So you started in church?
I did, yeah. I started doing worship in the worship band and everything like that. So and I did mission trips and played in the worship band doing that, and that was a big turn for me when I started playing in worship bands.
So, all right, but why okay, that's good. Why country music then? Because that's like an interesting, so for me, I grew up listening to James Taylor and John Mayer, and I didn't catch the country music bug till a little later.
Yeah.
But I'm always interested to know yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I grew up on Patsy Cline and Willie Nelson and all of them. So Waylon Jennings, and so country music has always been a big part of my making and the music that I listen to. So I think it was just a natural instinct to go to that.
Yeah. Who are some of your favorites from right now? Who are some of your favorite new artists?
The new artists coming up?
Yeah, who are some of your favorite new artists?
I listen to a lot of the singer-songwriters, but
like who?
I guess like they're not really coming up, but like I love Travis Meadows and Lori McKenna. And Travis Meadows is
What's your favorite Lori McKenna song?
Off her new record, probably You Won't Even Know I'm Gone, which is like really, really
I love
good.
that one.
Yeah,
I
so
love
good.
that one.
Or not her new record, but her record that was released previous to the new one that she's releasing now.
The Tree.
Yeah, The Tree.
The Tree. Yeah. I'm a huge Lori McKenna fan.
And then I'm a huge Tony Lane fan. I still listen to
Tony Lane's the boss.
Oh, he's so good.
What's that song Lori McKenna does about the time I've wasted on you?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
my
a great
gosh.
Song.
That song kills
Hits you where it hurts every single time.
Hits you where it hurts. And for people that don't know, Lori McKenna also wrote Humble and Kind. What else? Happy People for Little Big Town. What else did she write?
I'm trying to think of like her other ones.
Does she have like other big hits? I mean, she's got a lot of listeners. She wrote
like Cry Pretty for Carrie Underwood.
Yeah.
She's written a ton of stuff. I can't even think right now.
Yeah. Cool. Well, what about like, aren't you a big Ashley McBride fan?
Yeah, Ashley's one of the big ones coming up that I like. She's really good.
What do you think of her new record?
Her new record's badass.
I think it's so good. You know, my favorite song
on it is great.
So good is I do love Martha Divine because that's such an interesting take on like a murder ballad where normally it's the very first murder ballad I've ever heard where the daughter is the one that wants to kill her father's lover, and I think that's such an interesting take. But other than that, I think one of my favorite ones is the Velvet Red song. I just love the way it's produced. It sounds like Appalachian.
I like Stone and Voodoo Doll.
I knew you would like Stone. That's why I brought up Ashley McBride because I was like, I bet you, it was just on my mind. I was like, I bet you $100 JoyBeth likes the song Stone.
Oh, I love that song. It's incredible.
It's super good. And you're probably like the next Ashley McBride. So how does that feel?
I wouldn't go that far, but thank you.
I mean, you didn't. I did. I was the one who went that far. I mean, you're pretty good, man. If anyone doesn't know, JoyBeth has stuff out. You're on Spotify and everything, right? Yeah,
I have two singles out right now. Hopefully I'll be releasing more music this year, but with all this going on, we don't know.
I know. I'm with you. Well, okay. So this is a cool question I like to ask every like artist or songwriter that comes on here. But what do you feel like the hardest part for you about pursuing this dream and like this as a career is?
For me, I think the hardest part of it is staying true to like myself and not getting so caught up in music that I also don't forget to like live a little bit, because you write from living. And I catch myself a lot like kind of staying so focused and like staying in the path of like do this that I also forget, wait, I have to live to also write and to stay not forget who I am, because then the music's not going to come. So I think that's the hardest part for me, is to keep living while also pursuing music.
That's the first answer I've heard like that. Normally it's like, it's unpredictable. You could be the best and it still doesn't matter. That's a good fresh answer, because I think that's so true. I think, like if you don't have like a life, what do you write about? You know? Exactly.
And I talk to my friends about that all the time. It's like just reminding yourself like, hey, you can have a break. You can let yourself breathe and go fishing or go for a hike, go running. And that's okay to do.
You know, when you first met me, like was that last year or whenever it was, but, gosh, like I didn't believe that at all. Like,
I forget that all the time.
man, you were doing like, didn't you used to write like 3 times a day?
I did. Yeah. And that's like, after I got burnt out on doing that, I was just like, man, like I need to live a little bit. I need to go do something.
I mean, that's impressive that you even like kept that going for as long as you did. But like, oh yeah, that kind of like reminds me, like, so I like started out on the road when I first started like this as a career, and I toured all the time, and I was working like 12 plus hour days trying to like make it all happen. And because you have to, so many emails, and most of my life was on the computer. And so like my creative energy was low. But anyways, I'm saying that because like I totally get how easy it is to like burn out in this, because there's always something else to do. And then also in that for me, this is a driving factor, but like in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, what is everybody else doing? Like there's this like little thing, like if I'm not doing it, somebody else is.
Just doing it. Yeah. And it's hard to remind yourself, like, yes, you want to be doing what everybody else is doing and keeping up with it, but you're also competing against yourself. And if you wear yourself out, I mean, because you're not competing against other people, you're competing against yourself. Right.
I think competing against other people feels like, I feel like that's kind of a lie that sometimes I believe.
Exactly. Because you're not like you want to support other people's music, and you want to support everything that everybody else is doing. And
exactly.
It's yourself that you're competing against. And if you let yourself get burnt out, well, I mean, what are you going to do?
Yes, I think that's so true. Like, and then like I know that this is like probably common knowledge to everyone else who's a little like more mature and old, but like, like rest really does make you better at what you do.
It does 100%. Yeah. And I didn't realize that for a long time until I started resting. Honestly, this being quarantined and being forced to has kind of made me realize, like, you perform so much better when you're not tired.
It's been odd.
When you're not worn out. Yes.
This quarantine's been so odd, because one moment I'm like super rested, and then the next moment I'm anxious in the bathroom eating a family-sized box of Cheez-Its. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that on a spiritual level. I do.
That is my religion. Okay.
There's no in between.
I do feel that there has not been an in between for me at all. We should write that. That's a good song title.
Yeah, there we go.
There ain't no in between.
You put something about Cheez-Its in there and everything.
It's a real life story.
It's all about Cheez-Its and eating them.
Okay, what advice? Okay, you probably get these DMs a lot, but like I certainly do. But like, what advice would you give to singer-songwriters or people trying to make it in Nashville or in general?
I mean, I don't even know. Like I've said this before, I feel like I've said this before, but I'm not even in the place to give advice because I'm still trying to figure it out too. But I think it's kind of what we already talked about. Just, keeping your nose to the ground and supporting other people and just working your ass off, but also not forgetting to live at the same time.
I love that. I mean, I think that's kind of simple, but really solid. Like, I mean, it's quite easy to either live too much or work too much and not do something in between.
Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of like what we were talking about, you've got, but you also have to keep your nose to the ground and
nose to the grindstone and out of the pills. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know what song that is, right?
I don't know.
It's called No. That's why you didn't laugh. Okay, it's called.
Hey, I did laugh, but
it's called you laughed, but it was fake, and the whole world knows it.
Damn it!
It's called Nose to the Grindstone, and it's by Tyler Childers. You know Tyler Childers, right?
I do. I don't know if I've heard that song though.
You got to listen up. The hook is "Keep your nose to the grindstone and out of the pills."
Okay, I need to go listen to that then.
I love Tyler Childers. So next time I make a pills joke on the podcast, which I probably shouldn't ever do that. And this is why I get.
It's too late to turn back now, though.
I get messages. I get messages from my manager like every other week. Like, what did you say on that podcast? And I'm always
Raleigh's
like, I
at it
don't
again.
know.
Raleigh's at it again.
He's at
Here he
oh,
goes.
dude, I'm going to get in trouble one of these days when I give my State of the Union address on here.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
listen, before I ask you what's next for you, I want to play a question game. It's called Quarantine Questions, and I like to play it during the quarantine.
Oh,
I've
I'm
done
so
it with
excited
everybody.
for this.
This is going to be good. Okay, what has been your binge food during quarantine? Mine was Cheez-Its. What's yours been?
My binge food. I don't even know. Okay,
What's
I'll do
made your
recently, 'cause
quarantine
I don't-
better?
Oh, hummus. I got some hummus the other day, and it just made everything better.
Yeah? Well, what were you going to say before hummus? Was that what you were going to say?
Yeah, because I didn't really have like a binge food. I just like bought a bunch of food.
Oh, are you
And
like
just-
a Walmart or Kroger person?
Oh, Kroger.
Me
I love
too.
Kroger.
Kroger, man. I love Kroger. All right, what's been your binge show during quarantine?
Binge show. Binge.
What have you been
I'm trying
watching
to
on
remember.
Netflix?
Okay, well, beginning was Tiger King because everybody watched that,
Yes.
and I'm trying to remember. I haven't watched Netflix here recently a whole bunch. I rewatched New Girl again for the
New Girl's
500th
funny.
time. Oh, and then I watched what's that new Outer Banks? I watched that.
Oh, that was good. I like that.
Oh, it's so good. And then
And if I was 17, man, that would have been my favorite show of the year.
if you were it can be your favorite show of the year now.
I still like it.
That's pretty much all I've watched.
Cool.
On Netflix.
Those are good though. I've seen all
Oh, and
those.
then I watched River Monsters. I watched every single episode of River Monsters.
Ooh. That's a real show, right? Like where they go and try to find like sharks and alligators and stuff.
Yeah. If he's like faking it, I don't want to know because to me,
Yeah, I was about to say if
all
it's
real.
fake, that's lame. Okay, cool. If you had
It
to be
looks real.
quarantined, if you had to be quarantined with one country artist, who would it be?
Dead or alive or just alive?
Alive.
Alive. Ooh, probably Willie Nelson.
Ooh. Okay.
That'd be awesome.
I see your angle there.
No, there's no angle on it. It'd just be cool.
It would be so cool. It would be so cool. What's been the best part about your quarantine? And finally, what's been the worst part of your quarantine?
I think the best part is like getting to do the things that I forgot I loved, like hiking and fishing, and because I've gone fishing a ton during this quarantine, and I've hiked pretty much every day. So just doing like the things that I didn't have a chance to do otherwise. And then the worst part is, I think everybody has those like really low moments in quarantine, like where you start thinking that you're not doing enough, or you could be doing this or that, and you just get in your head. And that's been the low of that, I think.
Same. It's all a mind game. The whole
it
thing,
is.
I think. Such a mind game. Okay. That was fun. I'm glad to know that you eat hummus. I'm gonna send you some hummus through Kroger
Hummus is my favorite thing in the world. So
really? Okay.
send me boxes and boxes of hummus.
I'm gonna get you hummus. I'm gonna get you hummus delivered from like Asia or something.
Yes.
I don't even know if it comes from Asia, but I just said that.
I don't even know where it comes from. I don't know.
It comes from hummingbirds, right?
Totally. We're just gonna go with that.
That was another.
We're gonna go with
that was another point in the podcast where you didn't know what to say. Okay. Lastly, what's next for you? I'm excited about your music. I've loved your writing, and the two singles you have out now. The one is about your father, right, or grandfather? Isn't there two
the Icy
out?
Memories.
Yes, I See Memories.
So Icy Memories.
Go ahead.
It's everywhere. It's on Spotify. It's on iTunes. It's everywhere. And then the
I
other
See
one's
Memories.
Just Takes One.
Just Takes One. I like both of them. I love.
Thank you.
I love I See Memories a lot. Everyone go check. It's JoyBeth, one word, Taylor, Taylor on Spotify and Apple Music and everything. Great. You have a really unique voice, and I appreciate it. And I love your writing, of course.
What
else is next? What else is next, my friend? Are you recording? Like, what's next for you?
I'm hoping-
Do you even know?
I'm hoping to get in the studio. That's my big thing that I want to do because I have a couple songs that I really want to release. I have 3 that I'm like really pumped to release. I just have to get in the studio and do them. So hopefully that's what's next.
Amazing. Well, everyone, thank you so much for talking to me, JoyBeth. And I appreciate you coming on here. And thanks for playing that stupid game with me earlier.
Oh, people need to be ready for that game.
They need to be ready for that game, and because it got a little wild.
I don't know where y'all put it in the. I don't know if it's in the beginning of the podcast or the end of the podcast, but
it'll be there. Don't you worry.
Oh, if it's after this, then prepare yourself.
Prepare yourself. Everybody, this is Raleigh's Roast, and thank you for hanging out. And that's how do I end this, Nick? I do this every time.
Cut.
All right. I'm going to end my video. Hold on.